Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another first impressions video. This time on the house of Isabelle Larignon. Amazing. That's right, friends. Once again, I have returned to you with another first impressions video. I have been sitting on these for quite a while. Some other stuff's popped up on the channel. But now, I have managed to get through to these. There are 3 scents from the brand, and I have all 3. And my samples were required from Saint Celier. And the name's right in front of us. Why did I need prompting for that? So that was fun. I don't think that Saint Celier sells them. I'm not sure how I came about that. I think I got them with a purchase. So that was good, you know. Brooke is always very generous with a purchase. So I wanted to try these, and I was enticed by one called Milky Dragon, which has received some talk. I've heard about it, and I must admit that I have already smelled that one, but the other 2, I have not. So I'm looking forward to trying them. We have Bangla Yasaman, released in 2023, Flocon de Johann K, released in 2021, and Milky Dragon, released in 2022. So there's a 2021 release, a 2022 release, and a 2023 release, but the year is 2024. Will there be another? Who knows? Probably Isabelle Larignon, to be fair. She probably knows. Anyway, we shall start at the beginning, friends, and we shall go left to right. And the first one we have before us, actually no, there's a bit of a blurb about Isabelle Larignon, and I will read it to you. It says, it is a natural perfumery house. Isabelle Larignon studied lyrical singing for around 10 years, then communication. In 2018, she resumed studies at Cinématique 5e Sens to train herself in the basics of the profession of perfumer, before becoming an assistant to renowned perfumer and eventually going on to start her own brand, based in France. In the UK, Isabelle Larignon fragrances are available at Saint Celier. So, Isabelle Larignon is the perfumer, apparently, and they are a natural perfumery brand. Okay, so we will start with Bangla Yasaman. So it was released in 2023, and it has it doesn't have a mighty write-up. That's not fair. It doesn't have a mighty write-up, but please work. Oh, thank God for that. I have sprayed the stick. We will see. For this formula, I had fun doing my job as an illusionist, building a jasmine accord from scratch, then dressing it up with spices and accentuating the celery facet of the Jasmine. Jasmine? Like curry and immortelle, celery essence reminds me of the warm, sensual scent of skin. And at certain times of the day, jasmine exudes animalic, even visceral facets that are heady and intoxicating. I wanted to highlight these, as well as the tobacco and cold, slightly metallic ashes of Jasmine grandiflorum. I created a jasmine hybrid that has the fruity, animalic aspects of sambac and the green, tobacco-like qualities of grandiflorum. The accord is soft-ended and warmed by Peruvian balsam supported by green vanilla. Cardamom adds a fresh, creamy top note. Osmanthus flower provides a natural support for the leathery and stable notes of paracresol while adding the velvety smoothness of apricot skin. Okay, so the notes are buku or agathomosa, agathosma, cardamom, lemon, bitter orange, bergamot. The middle notes are jasmine, osmanthus, clary sage, celery seeds, and saffron. The base notes are indole, tobacco, fir, Peru balsam, and vanilla. Very fresh at the top. Green. A little bit spicy. Jasmine-y, yes. How do I feel about this? It's not your typical jasmine. There's a little bit of like... There's freshness at the top from stuff like lemon, bergamot, petit grain, orange. I'm getting all of that. It's quite tight, you know. It's not bad perfume, so that's good. A lot of indie perfumes are bad. So you can tell she's been taught somewhere. I'm getting some kind of osmanthus thing because I'm getting that slightly rubbery texture, which I get from osmanthus. I don't know if you get that. I'm getting that kind of sparkly... I don't know if that's cardamom or if it's part of the saffron, jasmine, celery sort of thing. But I'm getting like a sparkliness. I can feel the jasmine lurking in the background. This isn't something I would wear because it's heavy. You can tell the jasmine osmanthus thing's just dying to come out. And indole isn't my thing either. It's kind of like a... It's a slightly shitty kind of thing that I really don't like. Shitty in a bad way. A little bit... I get a little bit of the tobacco, vanilla, balsam kind of thing going on in the base as well. There's a lot going on there. It's actually quite fresh. It's a little bit green, phenolic, like fennel. It's quite nice, that, actually. It is. It's quite nice. It's different. It's different to your normal jasmine perfume, which I'm not a fan. I'm not a jasmine fan. I'm not a white floral fan, you know? So we will come back to that at the end and see what it's like. But next up, we have probably the most... I don't know if this is the most popular, but it's the one I've heard most about, just like in the background in the community. And this is called... Jesus, please work. Thank God. This is Milky Dragon. Let's read your blurb. The memory of a tea garden in the mist of the dawning day comes back to me. Although very much discussed in perfumery, tea inspired me, and more particularly Milky Oolong, a semi-oxidized blue tea appreciated for its natural buttery, gourmet and woody aromas like a praline hazelnut. An opportunity to work on the gourmet facet by discarding the vanilla or sticky notes of caramel and cotton candy and going towards the coumarin and lactone notes, very appropriate to approach this oolong. The challenge to express both the gourmand dry leaf of the tea and the more floral wet leaf, which, as the infusions progress, develops increasingly fruity notes, and at the same time portray the vision of this garden of very green trees. with leaves as deep as fine, shiny leather. So, let's see what it says about this as far as notes. That's nice. It's a different kind of gourmand. Bergamot, buchu, and cardamom at the top. Butter, rose ketones, jasmine, ionones, lactones, hazelnut, ozonic notes, clary sage absolute in the mid, cashmeran, virginiad cedar, I think that's Virginian cedar, fir balsam and oak moss in the base. For some reason I remember this being an incensey perfume. Why is that? This is a little buttery. It definitely has that kind of buttery, milky vibe. It's green again. It's cardamom again. Soft and smooth. I'm a little bit worried about the cashmeran because I'm always worried about cashmeran. You know, one of my great phobias. Stuff like cashmere and ambroxanide, ambrox, amberwood, all that kind of thing. It's cool. It's a little spicy. I'll try this on skin. It's a gourmandy kind of experience, but it's much more. It reminds us of one of the Nila Vermeers, especially with the cardamom. Especially with the cardamom. But then that kind of gives way to something a lot more familiar than the Nila Vermeers do. Something more buttery. I'm just adjusting something there. Fresh again, you know, clean. Cedar, I get the cedar. I get a little bit of sweetness. I think that's from the rosy, I think that's Damascone. That's what the Damascone is. I definitely get the milky vibe from it, you know? And this smooth, clean, fresh, green as well. Green again. For some reason I was under the impression this was an incensey perfume. I have no idea where that's come from at all. Completely different. It's no incense at all. No dryness. You know? Like it's more like ice cream. But like a really exotic, little bit spicy ice cream. Spice cream? Maybe. It's clean. It's buttery. It's nice. I would try that on skin. Absolutely. And we will see what happens. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Okay. Last but not least, Le Flocon de Johann K. Well, K. We will see what it has to say. So, oh good grief, there's a huge write-up on Saint-Celier. The notes, according to St. Celia, are bergamot, lemon, and cyclamen at the top. Cardamom, frankincense, might be this one that smells like incense. Cardamom, frankincense, mimosa absolute, aquatic accord, ozonic accord, and mint. Oak moss, white musk, and narcissus absolute. I wonder what the difference between aquatic accord and ozonic accord is. Where am I? Okay. We'll go back up here and we will find the blurb. So, mimosa and narcissus absolute stand out amid fresh, watery and ozonic notes. Work sample, there it is. A cold wind swirls yellow pom-poms and white petals up to the surface of an ice-covered pool of water. Late snowflakes blanket a Japanese mineral garden in silence and in white. Surrounded by curls of incense, a meditating Zen master contemplates this floral and aerial ballet. And since only packed, solidified snow can burn, the aldehydes metallize and harden the sweetness of the accord while warming it up. This one's incensey. Interesting notes. Not sure how I feel about it. It's sweet at first. I get a sweetness from it, like a citrus, floral kind of sweetness. It's not like some outrageous kind of like sucrose. Sucrose, the word? Sucrose. Fucking awful sweetness. This is nice. Like these, all three of these are well made, and they're nice, and they're intricate, and they're different, and they are well made. So it's not like a lot of indie perfumers or self-taught perfumers where it's just not good. I'm getting that ozonic salty kind of thing, the watery thing. I'm also getting a little bit of the mint, which is always a boon. I like a good mint. How do I feel about this? I get the incense, I get the dryness and the pepperiness, you know, like the particulate dust. You know, when you get that from incense, you get this kind of dusty kind of vibe. That's what I'm getting from this. But also it's juxtaposed against like straight up like wet notes. You know, the blurb's quite accurate actually, like melting snow, burning snow, a little bit of stuffiness. Taste-wise, I don't really like this, but I'm actually impressed by how it's made and the idea behind it. Like burning snow. I get it. There's a whiteness to this. There's a snowiness. There's this kind of. There's this like snowflakes that are out of reach. It's quite beautiful in its own way. Do you know what I mean? It's quite. Like, it's not something I would wear as a perfume. But I really like the smell, and I would like someone else to wear it. Maybe you would like to wear it. It's dry. It's dry, but there's also... It's like water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. That kind of thing. It's fresh. It's clean. It's a little bit starchy. But not like in an Acme Studios kind of way, which is just silly. Macney Studios is a silly perfume. I've come to that conclusion from Frederick Malle, but no, this is much more interesting and it's a lot better made actually. It's nice. It's nice. It's not something I would wear or buy, but I would like it on someone else, you know? So, let's go back over what we have smelled. First up is Bangla Yasaman. This is the Jasmine one. Yeah, it's a lot more jasmine-y now. It's a lot more recognisable as a jasmine. Osmanthus. Tobacco. It's got little inflections of different stuff, though. You know, that's like every once in a while something just pops out. Like a bit of vanilla or a bit of cardamom. It's making my tongue go numb. That greenness as well. That greenness is there. Buttery. Interesting. It's interesting. If you like it, if you want a green, creamy jasmine type thing, you might enjoy that. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. There's Milky Dragon. Milky Dragon was... I must have got Johann K and Milky Dragon mixed up a bit. I like that. It's a creamy, buttery kind of... I don't get much tea from it. But it's nice. It's fresh. It's creamy. It's clean. I'll try that on skin. I'll try that one on skin. And then last but not least, a Johann K. Nice, but not for me. Nice, but not for me. It's much more homogeneous now. Kind of ozonic, salty, little bit gritty in texture. Incensey. Might be the incense that's making my tongue go numb. Okay. So that was Isabelle Larignon. Overall, quite impressed. Impressed with the quality and the blending. These are the only 3 fragrances they've released so far. And I wonder if you would like to try them. Let me know if you have. And I will see you all again soon.